Hi, welcome to 30-Second Success Connect, where we introduce entrepreneurs and professionals who love to connect and lead with their hearts. I'm Laura Templeton, founder and CEO of 30-Second Success, and with me today is Seth Goldstein. Seth is the principal creative director of Goldstein Media, a digital marketing agency based in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Goldstein Media specializes in WordPress web design and development, SEO, email marketing, digital marketing, strategy, social media, and so much more. Seth, welcome, and thank you so much for joining me today. I am so blessed to have you here with me. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. You know, I've known you for a while, so.
Yeah, you know, and that's the fun part about this is getting to share with the audience, the folks that I've connected with over the years, people that are in my network. And when I started thinking about who I wanted to have on the show, I was really blessed that you responded right away and said, yeah, I'll come on. Thanks. So
I'd love to. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So what can I say?
So let's share with everybody how we know one another. That's one of my favorite questions. And
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this.
How did we meet? So.
I think we just met because we're both in Doylestown in the business community, and we have similar friends and colleagues. But then we met again through Power Match.
Right.
That solidified. Oh, that's how we know each other officially. You know, we can call that the official introduction versus the casual introduction. So Power Match is a networking, matchmaking, business matchmaking service, I would guess you could say. It matches business owners up together and they network online, at least right now, online.
Right. And you know, it's so funny because I think I've been part of Power Match. Then I had moved away from Power Match. Then I was back with Power Match for a little while. And then I think the funny thing was I was at the chamber.
That's where we met. We met at the chamber originally.
And I kept running into people saying to me, do you know Seth? Do you know Seth? Do you know Seth? And I'm like, okay, who is this guy, Seth? And they're like, oh, he has an office at the Zen Den. I'm like, who has an office at the Zen Den,
I pretty much lived there before Stacks opened.
Right. And I think I met you when the whole idea of Stacks was just kind of coming to culmination. So you actually had part of Stacks really taking that bold move, and Jonathan really stepping into opening up Stacks.
Yeah. I know myself and another fella were talking about it, and at the same time, Jonathan was in the area, was talking about it, and we all came together to talk about it, you know, and Jonathan's like, I can handle this. I'll take it from here. And we're like, fine. Well, you know, I'll be your first. I'm literally the first member of Stacks. I was negative 29. So before it even opened, I was helping him set up the place and sitting there working, driving him up a wall with, you know, ideas and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's where we met. We met through Kathy, I think, you know, and all that, and your crew.
Yeah, and that I think that was, you know, that was a few years back now. That
it was at least 2 years now.
Yeah. It's amazing how time flies, right? So I think that's a big piece of it is like when you start connecting with folks and you know people in your community, and then other people are like, you need to know this person. Oh, you need to know this person. But your name kept coming up. So I'm really glad that it did.
Hopefully only good ways, you know.
Absolutely. And if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't tell you. So
there you go. That's good to hear. But but that's really what the networking is all about, is just being out there and conversing.
Yeah.
Not selling, conversing.
Yeah. And you have such a different way of connecting. I think that's, you know, like you really put value in your network and connecting with people. So what's one of the ways that you absolutely love to network? Talk to me about that.
I mean, before my child was born, I used to love going to chamber events. I belonged to 5 chambers at one time, which was insane. And I was Northeast Philly, Eastern Monco, Penn Suburban, which is now Penn Suburban, I think, or it was Suburban and North Penn combined, and then Central Bucks and Lower Bucks. So I did a lot of chamber events, and I liked it. Got my name out, got my business started 12 years ago. And then my son was born, and I had to kind of cut back. So, you know, the Central Bucks Chamber has been the steadfast, you know, chamber that I go to and all that. But I really love meeting in person. And what I love about Power Match is that if I can't do it, go out to Plymouth Meeting, which is by us, to the Whole Foods to meet in person, I can just do it via Zoom and, you know, via LinkedIn. And I really kind of ascribe to Gary Vaynerchuk, take him for who he is, but like his jab, right hook mentality of you give, so on and so forth. Then maybe you ask for something back in return, or saying, hey, I'd love for you to sign up for my newsletter to get more good information, not to get sold again.
Right.
It was never selling. It's like people will come to you eventually if they want your service. And it's literally, to use an SEO term, it's the long tail. I mean, you're not going to get instant business.
Oh, yeah.
Give it a year and a half, and you keep just chugging along, business will find you. I mean, I don't advertise. I don't. It's been word of mouth for 12 years. Now, if I advertised, maybe it would been a little bit more fruitful in the beginning of the years, but I didn't. I had the budget to do that, so it was all word of mouth.
So, and that's a really good point. The whole word of mouth there's so much to gain from that. I feel like a lot of times when clients come to us through word of mouth, there's that almost like that instant connection, right?
Absolutely.
You feel way more comfortable because you almost feel like your network has vetted those people for you. Am I right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the recommendation. They are already halfway in the door when you talk to them, and it's up to you to close it. But it's up to you to take them the next 50 yards, to use use a football term, which is ironic because I don't watch football. But
but people get it.
People get it, but that's what people understand that analogy, because you get them to the 50-yard line, then they get them to the 50-yard line, then you have to take them the rest of the way for the touchdown. So
yeah. So that's a really great analogy, though. That's a really great description, because yes, your network does a lot of the legwork for you. They've already positioned you in a way like, oh my gosh, this is the person you need to know, you need to talk to. Constantly, I'm always like sending messages to folks, like just seeing those connections. How easy do you see connections for the folks in your network? Because I know you're a great connector and you're constantly putting people together. So how easy is it for you to do that? And what steps do you take to figure that out?
Well, what I found is the bigger my network, the easier it is for me to connect people. Like when I know a few people, it was kind of like, you can kind of use this person, I guess. I had to think outside the box. But the bigger your network, that people that you actually know or you're familiar with, like on LinkedIn, like you don't necessarily know everyone in real life, but you know them through their posts. You've talked to them on LinkedIn, you talked to them on Facebook, you've talked to them here, talked to them there. You're in similar, other people. That's how you can really connect people, is when you grow your network and you can find similar qualities of services between people. So someone needs a copywriter. I've got a copywriter. I got a gal. I got a guy. I got somebody. If someone needs, social media help, like the implementation, not the strategy. I do the strategy, I do the implementation. I got somebody for that. Like someone needs a lawyer. I know a bunch of lawyers that I know that are good, that aren't the fly ambulance chasers. I know a few of them too. They're actually really good for ambulance chasing.
Right.
But I've called them ambulance chasers before, and they laugh. So that's what they are. But like, I know the ones that will get you results, and like aren't just out for the quick buck. So it's just really finding connecting to people to who you. And it's also nice. I have a few copywriters, so if this person's not going to jive with that person's personality, I have another alternative, and then that helps them go past the 50-yard line. I get them to almost like the 70-yard line, to use that analogy, because I've now kind of tailored it to the right people, and I enjoy it. I mean, because you pay it forward. People will then say, "Well, Seth really hooks me up. Let me see what I can do for him."
Right. And that's a big piece of it. Networking really is about helping one another out, and it's that idea of having the heart of service. It's about helping each other get to where what our goals are and where we want to be, and that's I think speaks volumes of, again, the whole idea of referring one another. There's so much value in that, because it's as if you're giving someone a gift by taking the legwork out of it.
Absolutely.
Isn't there there's I think it's Angie's List that has a commercial where it's like, they say, oh, do you know someone who does this? Oh, great. Can you get me 5 referrals and da-da-da-da? And like, they want the neighbor to vet the contractor they're looking for. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just like networking, right?
It is.
And but it is a great analogy, because when we ask someone for a referral, we're trusting them to give us people that will take care of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and to that point, have you ever, and I know this is a crazy question off the wall, but have you ever had a referral go bad?
Oh God, all the time. It happens. It's bound to happen. Like if I refer someone refers to me and we're not the right match, it's not going to go well. Like it's not going to go bad. Or trying to keep things civil, but it's like, or maybe if it comes to me and they're like, well, they didn't really vet it enough. Another way around. Like I might think that these two people are perfect for each other, but they aren't. It's like a basic relationship. Like if they don't, one person talks too much, the other one doesn't talk enough. It ain't gonna work.
Right. So, and to that point, then there really is a tremendous benefit to getting to know the people that you're referring on a regular basis.
Absolutely. Only refer people you actually know and can vet.
Right. So you have to spend time with folks, right?
Yeah.
So what's the best way for you to spend time with people?
Right now, it's saying like every Friday night at 9:45 at night, I put together a Zoom hangout where people just come in and chat. A lot of times, it's a lot of developer chat because a lot of the people that I know are in the WordPress space, so it tends to skew a little bit towards WordPress. But I'm trying to expand it and let more people know, hey, this is going on Zoom, and come on in. So it's Friday nights at 9:45. I mean, so if you're in my network, you probably will find the link to get into that. If you're not, come find me.
There you go. And
Network,
how do people
exactly.
find you? Tell us how to find
Well,
you.
you can find me almost everywhere as Seth Goldstein. It's either me or the more famous Seth Goldstein, who's a Silicon Valley builder, mover, and shaker. But Seth Goldstein online, Goldstein Media online. I have some side hustles that you can probably find me there as well. I'm pretty prolific online, so you can probably find me. But if you go to linkedin.com/in, never understood why they had that /n/Goldstein Media. That's actually my personal page. I did that way back when they didn't have company pages. And now I wish I had Seth Goldstein or Seth M. Goldstein as my URL on LinkedIn, but it's too late to change it.
We can find you. We know who you are.
You can find me. Let's look for this mug.
Yeah, Goldstein Media Marketing, right? Just Google it.
Yeah,
And that's something really important for people to understand. You really help people with their SEO, with that value of SEO. So, that's something that you work on a daily basis for yourself and for your company.
Absolutely.
So, what are your favorite platforms to use for helping to grow your connections, your social media, but it also helps with your SEO? Talk to us about that.
I love LinkedIn. I mean, back in the day, LinkedIn was just me collecting people. But as they've improved the system, you don't even have to pay for it necessarily. You can get immense value out of it and find, like, as you meet people in real life, you could do that in real life, or you meet people through Zoom chats, find them on LinkedIn, connect with them there, say, hey, it was great meeting you. Let's continue the conversation. That's really where I do that. I mean, I'm starting to realize that I have to open my Facebook up again to let more people in. I originally was using that as a networking tool, and then I was realizing that you have this kind of split where you kind of want to keep Facebook to personal stuff, but nowadays Facebook's groups are fantastic. I only Facebook the main feed is just a dumpster fire. If you follow enough people, it's a dumpster fire. But like the group section, especially if you get in the new beta, is they give you the feed of all your groups in one feed, and you can go amongst your groups and read everything that's going on in your groups in one fell swoop. So you don't have to go clicking and finding stuff and all that. So it's pretty nifty.
Yeah, a friend of mine just told me what she does is she uses the notifications, and she'll go in and she'll find out, the different things that have been posted in her groups, and she figures out her groups that way. So I didn't know about the new beta.
The new beta, it's pretty snazzy. It looks more like the new app that they put out. So it's not as old-fashioned, and I think they're rolling it out slowly. I was just lucky to get it early, and it really worked. I like it. I wasn't using Facebook at all. I gave up on it. Because the way the old version of groups worked was that you had to go into the group to interact with it. Here, I can interact with the post in the feed as I go, and then I can click in, and it just, the flow's better.
Nice. Something to look forward to, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So, do you recommend? Do you recommend following up with people on a regular basis on LinkedIn?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I follow up with them via email even, like, especially now when you have this, elephant in the room. How you doing? Is like this, and not even how you doing. This is what I do. One word. Hey Joe, how you doing?
Mm,
Hope all is well. Let me know. That's it.
that's
All your
awesome.
clients, one a day. Is how you doing?
Yeah,
Simple as
I
that.
just
And if they want to vent, let them vent. Talk to them. Be real.
yeah, just give them space, right?
Yeah, give them
Give them
space.
space.
Give them a place to chat. Reach out to them. Even if like there's a potential client, maybe now's not the time to pitch them again. Say, well, are we going to get started? Are we going to get started? Are we going to get started? Maybe it's like,
Right,
how you doing?
right.
Because when they're ready, they're going to come and get started. It's just a matter of when they're ready, and they're
Right.
really depend. And it's really a weird time for marketing. Like it's weird because you don't want to overstep and be salesy now because it's a really tough time.
Yeah.
And you don't know where people stand. People might be the CEO of their company, but that doesn't mean anything. They could still be going to food pantries because they're the CEO of their own company. They ain't making any money right now. So
Right. Right. And there's a lot to be said. I think we're all learning so much from what's going on right now with the coronavirus and things like that. And we're going to get through this.
yeah.
It's like, how different is life going to look when we get to the other side?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see what it
And,
looks like.
we don't know. We don't know. And I think to your point, supporting the folks that we care about, the people in our network, is the most important thing that we can do right now. That's
Yeah.
the
Only thing you can do right
most,
now.
yeah, it really is, right? Just keep plugging away and preparing, and that
Yeah.
just and really praying for those that we know and we care about, and just letting them know that we're here if they need us, and in
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
capacity we can give. So
And something that our mutual friend Candace Yeager said on a video I literally just saw. She posted 21 hours ago. She said it was controversial. I don't think it is. She's like, allow yourself to grieve.
mm,
Even if you're not like you're missing your date night, you can still grieve your date night because that was something that was normal and like kind of a regular occurrence. I mean, yeah, you might not have someone who's like inflicted with COVID-19, but you're allowed to grieve. You're allowed to kind of go through this flow of emotions right now.
right.
And as you're networking, use it as a time to talk and
Yeah.
network and chat. Like even though we're recording an interview right now, this is very therapeutic to me for me to see Laura. Because we're buddies, and it's great for me to see her and talk to her and network and help people. But I'm getting positive vibes from Laura, that because like I'm seeing a friend,
Mm.
and I'm not wrestling around with my kid upstairs who drives me up a wall sometimes. So, it's variety. That's the word. It's variety. And
Right.
variety, if you don't have variety, all there is monotony.
Mm. Yeah, and there's a lot to be said again for having the folks in your network that reach out and surprise you on a daily basis, when you hear from somebody that you weren't expecting to hear from, and
Yeah.
people that are checking on one another. It's just so encouraging. And I think to take that practice, well, like that's something we do on a regular basis and we
Mm-hmm.
take for granted. Like at first when a lot of this was started happening, I'm like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And I'm like, don't do anything different. Just keep reaching out to people
Yeah.
and just, like have conversations with folks and ask how they're doing. What do they need? And, physically we can't do too much for people, but
Mm-hmm.
if we could connect them, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there's somebody that might be able to help them with, maybe there's a problem they're struggling with right now. I just was referring a client to someone else because she's like, this is that downtime, and I really want to redo some of my social media posts and some of my graphics work, and so I was able to connect her with someone that could help her
Perfect.
with that.
Yeah.
And she was so grateful because she didn't know where to start, but
And that's
and
daunting. Yeah.
she's feeling like she has this limited window of time that she can get this done. And so being able to share with her who I would trust to do the work that she was looking for was great. And
Yeah.
just being able to
Giving
do that
back.
for others is so important. So while we're on that subject, share with me a story of a connection or that really made a difference for your business. Someone that that really has changed the way you do business or helped you grow your business.
What's interesting is I go back to Jonathan, the fella that started Stacks. Without him starting Stacks up, I don't think I would ever get it started. I had been talking about getting a co-working space in Doylestown for years, and Jonathan set it up. I mean, because of that, I had a presence in downtown Doylestown versus I'm up in a little just north up in Plumstead Township, which is, I still have a Doylestown address, but like I'm not in walking area of downtown Doylestown, which anyone knows Doylestown's adorable. And so being there and being around people, not being in the basement where I am right now, ironic. And I can't even go to Zen Den, my former office even. But that enabled me to connect with people like Laura and other people that can then refer me business beyond that. So like maybe it's not like a first degree connection that they talk about in BNI, the first degree connection of the people who you know directly, but they know people and they know people and they know people. And just the things like 1 million cups that Jonathan has brought to Bucks County. I made a really, really good deal with a company to help them out with their SEO right now, because they are a company that could use this time to help people out. And I was like, all right, let's work together.
Right. Yeah, and that's great. It's so funny that you mentioned 1 million cups because I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Were you instrumental in bringing 1 million cups to Stacks, or was that something that was kind of a group effort?
It was definitely a group effort. I'm involved with Startup Bucks, which is like the nonprofit surrounding it, but Jonathan really said, hey, I heard about this 1 million cups thing by the Kauffman Foundation in Kansas City, and then himself, Candace, Michelle all went down to Philadelphia to where they have another 1 million cups, and they brought it back here. I've been helping out, when I can. I take some pictures. I've been, which are now screenshots, screenshots of the Zoom room. And like today we did it on Facebook Live. So we did it in Zoom and then launched it out to Facebook Live so people could watch it and not have necessarily be affected by Zoom bombing. So it's always an entertaining thing.
Yeah, and 1 million cups again is a great way to network. We're meeting amazing new entrepreneurs that are just thinking so different, and but yet they have challenges where folks like us who have a little bit more experience can give them feedback and share and help them move forward faster. So yeah. I love that the 1 million cups, the whole idea behind it. And I love the fact that you were instrumental in helping that come to Bucks County. So that, and there's just such a benefit, it's like, there's such a benefit of networking. It's new people. There's just a dynamic atmosphere.
And it's good for people too. It's good for people just to get out. Yeah. Especially if you're an introvert, networking is probably the best thing you can do to kind of break out of your mold. Now, anyone who knows me knows I'm not an introvert, not one bit. If anything, I'm an extroverted. No, I'm introverted extrovert. Every once in a while, I'll get a little shy for about 2 seconds, and then it's just me. What you see is what you get with Seth. So.
Yeah, and I think that's there's a lot to be said for the different personalities that we do connect with in the networking environment. There's room for everyone. There's space for everyone, and I think that's. Those are the networks that I feel like I am most welcome at, the ones that make me feel comfortable almost immediately.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to a networking event where you just felt like so out of place? It was like, okay, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I usually would hold out for an hour. Worth the room, like I used to work the bar in college. How I thought about it. Like you walk around a few times, make some laps, and eventually you're going to talk to a few people. And if you're not feeling it, go home. Like if you're not feeling it in a Zoom room or a hangout chat, say, hey guys, I got something else to do. I'll see you later.
Yeah, it's I think that's the one thing that a lot of people don't understand. You have to find your people, right? You have to network where you feel most comfortable. And sometimes, yes, we may go into a room and feel a little uncomfortable, especially if it's a new group. But if you don't feel comfortable after being there 2 or 3 times, then chances are it's not the right fit.
Absolutely.
Or you haven't made enough of an effort.
That's a big thing.
So
you have to kind of just get yourself out there and just go talk to someone. And every once in a while people will be out there and they'll be like, well, this is what I do. And it's like, okay. to get out of that conversation faster, so.
Well, then you kind of weed them out, right?
Yeah, you
But
know who you deal with and you don't deal with,
yeah, and and I love that the personality of the perspective of helping people, and
Mm-hmm.
I know that about you. You have such a heart for wanting to
I
help
try.
people. I love that about you. And I think that's the value of networking and connecting with folks is just when you find people that are like-minded, you stick together.
You do. You have to.
Yeah,
Find your tribe.
yeah. Yeah, find your tribe. And on that note,
That's
I
perfect.
think we're gonna call this a wrap. So,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, I would love for folks to connect with you online. I'm
Please
gonna
do.
pop up your information at the end of this video so people can find you
Please do.
easily.
Yeah.
If they reach out to you on LinkedIn, is there anything special that you want to share with them that you have for them to tap into that might be helpful for them besides your Friday evening event? Oh, send me the link for that. I'll make sure I add it to the video.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, actually, I'm gonna send you. They should contact me first. I'm trying to keep it away from Zoom bombers. So, but if you connect with me on LinkedIn, just say hi, who you are, and then say, hey, I heard you from Laura's, podcast, and then we'll connect. And then if you're interested in joining the night hour, the happy hour, where the heck it is, I'll send you a link to it. I put it out every Friday. It's 9:45 to when everyone starts falling asleep at their keyboards. So usually around 11:30, we're all like, all right, I'm done.
Done, 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 done. That's
Bring a
nice though.
beverage. It doesn't have to be alcoholic, but bring a beverage.
There you go. Just hang out.
Let's hang out. That's all it is.
Learn,
There's no underlining anything on this. It's just
learn some
hang out.
stuff or just hang out. There we go. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being here with me, my friend. It has
Always a
been a
pleasure.
pleasure spending time with you.
Same here.
I look forward to getting out and doing more networking when we can.
Absolutely.
And until then, stay safe. Remember to subscribe to 30 Second Success Connect for more videos and share us with your friends on social media. I'm Laura Templeton, and this is Seth Goldstein with me. Thank you for being here.